Hey everybody, JitteryJay here. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Today we're checking out the Two Ronnies rhyming slang sermon. This one has been requested a few times, so I figure I better get to it soon. Anyway, before we get started, we're going to hit the original video with a like and subscribe. That's the important parts to show support wherever we go. Everything will be linked in the description as always. That being said, let's jump into this and see what this one's about. This should be good. Reverend McFarland Lang, vicar of St. Cain and Abel Church, Hampstead Heath.
Now, many of you here tonight will know that Cain and Abel and Hampstead Heath are Cockney rhyming slang. Cain and Abel means table, and Hampstead Heath means teeth. We are glad to welcome tonight a large group of...
Okay, now, I thought he was going...
Cockney worshippers to Evensong. And it is to them... We are glad to welcome tonight a large group of Cockney worshippers to Evensong. And it is to them that I wish to address my sermon. I want to tell you a story. A long time ago, in the days of the Israelites, there lived a poor man. He had no trouble and strife. She had run off with a tea leaf some years before, and he now lived with his eldest bricks and mortar, Mary. And being very short of bees and honey, unable to pay the burden on Trent,
I catch what he's doing now. I thought I had it at the beginning. I was right. He's not rhyming the lines together. He's rhyming. What he's saying is rhyming with what he should be saying. I catch it now. It took me a minute, but yeah, I get it. Let me bring this back. Now that I caught what he's doing.
Now, many of you here tonight will know that Cain and Abel and Hampstead Heath are Cockney rhyming slang. Cain and Abel means table, and Hampstead Heath means teeth. We are glad to welcome tonight a large group of Cockney worshippers to Evensong, and it is to them that I wish to address my sermon. I want to tell you a story. A long time ago, in the days of the Israelites, there lived a poor man. He had no trouble and strife.
Troubling wife.
She had run off with a tea leaf some years before, and he now lived with his eldest bricks and mortar, Mary. And being very short of bees and honey, unable to pay the burden on Trent, he was tempted to go for...
Bees and short on money, wasn't able to pay the rent. I think that's what he's getting at. Anyway, I'm catching it a little bit at a time. Like the bricks and mortar as in his oldest daughter or something.
She had run off with a tea leaf some years before.
I'm not catching what that one is.
And he now lived with his eldest bricks and mortar, Mary. And being very short of bees and honey, unable to pay the burden on Trent, he was tempted to go forth into the Bristol city and see what he could half-inch. He would say to Mary, his bricks and mortar, I will take a ball of chalk into the town and buy some tobacco for my cherry ripe. And he would put on his almond rocks and his dicky dirt and his round the houses and set off down the Frog and Toad until he reached the outskirts of the Bristol. And people would stare at him, for his dicky dirt was torn. His howdy-doos were full of holes. And his coat was very Westminster Abbey.
So his shoes were full of holes. Dicky dirt. I'm not sure what that's referring to, unless it's his shirt. His shirt was torn. His coat was. I missed that part.
For his dicky dirt was torn.
Yeah, his shirt was torn.
His howdy-doos were full of holes. And his coat was very Westminster Abbey. He was also somewhat unclean, being too poor to purchase any Cape of Good Hope. His bushel and peck was extremely 230. And people passed by on the other side to avoid the pen and ink.
Avoiding the snake.
He was truly an ugly man. His north and south drooped, his mince pies were watery, and he had a big red eye, suppose. One day his bricks and mortar...
A big red nose. His eyes were watery. Is that what he said? Is that what he meant?
His north and south drooped, his mince pies...
That's the part I'm not getting, the north and south. Unless his mouth drooped. Unless that's what he's talking about. Because he said he was an ugly guy. So, that's what I'm getting at.
To avoid the pen and ink. He was truly an ugly man. His north and south drooped, his mince pies were watery, and he had a big red eye, suppose. One day his bricks and mortar gave him some money, saying, "Here is a saucepan lid, go and buy food, a loaf of Uncle Fred and a pound of standard ease. But do not tarry in the town, and bring me back what is left of the money to buy myself some new underwear. I need a new pair of early doors. For my present ones are full of holes, and I am in a continual George raft."
A draft.
But instead of returning with the bees and honey for his bricks and mortar's early doors, he made his way to the rub-a-dub for a tumble down the sink and indulged himself freely on the bottle. And he became very elephant's trunk and Mozart.
I get the elephant's trunk. He became very drunk, but what's the Mozart? I can't think of what that would stand for, or what that would be rhyming for. I get the elephant's trunk. That would be drunk, because he went for a drink.
And indulged himself freely on the bottle. Yeah. And he became very elephant's trunk and Mozart. And when the landlord of the rub-a-dub called Bird Lime, the man set off back towards his cat and mouse, reeling about all over the frog and toad, and drunkenly humming a stewed prune. And it came to Khyber Pass that as he staggered along, he saw on the pavement a small brown Richard III. And he stared at it, lying there at his plates of meat. And he said, "Oh, small brown Richard III, how lucky I did not step on you."
All right.
And he picked it up.
Oh.
And he put it on top of a wall where no one could step on it. And a rich 4x2-ish merchant,
4x2-ish,
who witnessed the deed, put his hand into his skyrocket and took out a Lady Godiva and handed it to the man, saying, "I saw you pick up that Richard III and remove it from the pavement, and that was a kindly act. Take this Lady Godiva for your froth and bubble." The man took it and went on his way.
For his trouble.
And the Richard...
It took a fiver? Is that what he's talking about? It gave him a fiver? Or is it a coin? I'm not sure. But for his troubles, in other words.
Handed it to the man, saying, "I saw you pick up that Richard III and remove it from the pavement, and that was a kindly act. Take this Lady Godiva for your froth and bubble." The man took it and went on his way. And the Richard III flew back to its nest.
I was thinking of something completely different. I wasn't thinking of a bird. Especially when he said the little brown Richard III. I was thinking of something completely different. It was a little turd. Oops.
Godiva for your froth and bubble. The man took it and went on his way. And the Richard III flew back to its nest.
That was good. Completely had me.
Now, when the man arrived home, his daughter was sitting by the Jeremiah on her favorite Lionel Blair. And she arose angrily and said, "Once again you come home, elephant's trunk and Mozart. You have spent all the money I gave you. Now I cannot have my new pair of early doors. Neither can I have wine as you do." And the man said, "Fear not, here is a Lady Godiva, which I earned by a kindly act." And the woman was overjoyed and said, "Thank you, Father. Now I can have my pair of early doors. Verily, that kindly act has ensured that I have more than enough to cover my bottle and glass.
I liked it. This was good. This was really good. I like this. This was just what I needed this morning, you know? Get me going. Anyway, I thought this was absolutely hilarious. Once I caught on to what he was doing, I the way he was, or what he was rhyming to, he was rhyming to the words that normally, in other words, instead of saying small brown bird, brown Richard III, which had me fooled for a minute there. But anyway, this was really good. You have to let me know what you thought about this in the comments. Let me know what else I need to look for from the Two Ronnies, or even just the single Ronnie, I guess, or anyone else, and I will get there as soon as I can. I still have to do that. I see a couple of them I need to get to, but anyway, like I said, this is great. Let me know what else is next, and I will get there as soon as I can. That is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me as much as I enjoyed watching it with you, and I hope to see you on the next one. I love you guys. Peace. Hey guys, make sure to check out one of my other videos right here at JitteryJay.